Dealing with difficult and toxic individuals is something we all encounter at some point in life. Whether it's a manipulative coworker, a negative family member, or a controlling friend, knowing how to handle these situations can make a huge difference in your mental and emotional well-being. Emotionally intelligent people have mastered the art of navigating these interactions without letting them disrupt their peace. They approach toxic individuals with patience, wisdom, and a set of strategic tools to protect themselves. Here are 15 powerful ways intelligent people deal with difficult and toxic individuals. 1. They set clear boundaries. Intelligent people understand that boundaries are necessary for maintaining mental and emotional well-being. Toxic individuals often have no regard for personal space, privacy, or limits, so setting firm boundaries is crucial. They communicate these boundaries clearly and assertively, making it known what behavior is acceptable and what won't be tolerated. They don't feel guilty about saying no when necessary and reinforce their boundaries through consistent actions. By refusing to engage in toxic drama, they create a protective barrier around themselves. They also ensure that their boundaries are respected by following through with consequences when someone crosses the line. This ability to draw a line prevents toxic people from taking advantage of them and helps maintain their peace of mind. 2. They maintain emotional distance. Emotionally intelligent individuals understand that toxic people thrive on emotional reactions. Instead of getting dragged into unnecessary conflicts, they practice detachment and remain composed. They recognize that engaging emotionally only gives toxic individuals more power over them, so they avoid reacting impulsively. By staying calm and collected, they take control of the situation rather than allowing the situation to control them. They focus on keeping interactions short, neutral, and to the point, reducing the likelihood of unnecessary drama. Even when provoked, they choose to remain unshaken and respond with logic rather than emotion. This ability to maintain emotional distance allows them to navigate difficult interactions without letting them affect their inner peace. 3. They focus on solutions, not problems. Instead of dwelling on the negativity created by toxic individuals, intelligent people shift their focus to solutions. They refuse to waste time complaining or stressing about a situation that they can't change. Rather than getting stuck in the cycle of frustration, they analyze the problem and look for a way forward. They ask themselves, what can I do to improve this situation, and act accordingly. They take responsibility for their reactions and focus on what's within their control. By adopting a problem-solving mindset, they prevent toxic individuals from dragging them down. This approach helps them move past toxic encounters quickly and maintain a positive outlook on life. 4. They seek support when necessary. Even the most emotionally intelligent people know that dealing with toxicity alone can be exhausting. They reach out to their support systems, friends, family, or mentors, for guidance and perspective. They understand that sometimes an outside perspective can provide valuable insights and solutions that they may not have considered. They also recognize that having a strong support system helps them stay resilient in the face of negativity. Instead of bottling up their frustrations, they talk to someone they trust who can help them process the situation rationally. Seeking support doesn't mean they're weak, it means they are self-aware and willing to ask for help when needed. This proactive approach allows them to handle toxic people with greater confidence and clarity. 5. They practice self-awareness. Self-awareness is a key trait of emotionally intelligent individuals. They take the time to understand their own triggers, weaknesses, and emotional patterns. By doing so, they become less vulnerable to the manipulation tactics of toxic individuals. They recognize when they're being drawn into unnecessary drama and make a conscious effort to step back. Instead of reacting impulsively, they assess the situation logically and decide on the best course of action. They also reflect on past experiences with toxic people to learn from them and improve their response strategies. This level of self-awareness helps them stay in control and avoid being easily influenced by negativity. 6. They don't take things personally. Intelligent people understand that toxic behavior is often a reflection of the other person's inner struggles rather than their own worth. They remind themselves that the insults, criticism, or negativity directed at them are not truly about them. Instead of feeling hurt or offended, they detach from the situation emotionally. They recognize that toxic individuals project their insecurities and frustrations onto others, so they refuse to let these actions define them. By not taking things personally, they prevent themselves from being emotionally drained. This mindset allows them to maintain their self-esteem and confidence, no matter how others behave. 7. They manage their own stress levels. Dealing with toxic people can be stressful, which is why intelligent individuals prioritize self-care. They engage in activities that help them relieve stress, such as exercise, meditation, reading, or spending time in nature. They know that staying physically and mentally healthy makes them more resilient against negativity. When they feel overwhelmed, they take a step back to recharge and refocus. Instead of letting toxic interactions consume them, they engage in mindfulness practices to stay grounded. Taking care of themselves allows them to handle challenging situations with greater patience and clarity. 8. They choose their battles wisely. Not every issue is worth addressing, and intelligent people understand this well. They assess whether engaging with a toxic individual will lead to any productive outcome. If the conflict is minor or irrelevant, they simply let it go rather than wasting their energy. They focus their efforts on issues that truly matter and ignore petty provocations. When necessary, they disengage completely to avoid unnecessary stress. This selective approach to confrontation allows them to protect their peace and maintain focus on more important aspects of life. 9. They maintain a positive outlook. Despite dealing with negativity, intelligent individuals focus on the positive aspects of their lives. They practice gratitude and remind themselves of the things that bring them joy. Instead of letting toxic people bring them down, they surround themselves with uplifting experiences and supportive people. They make a conscious effort to find humor and lightness even in difficult situations. By maintaining a positive mindset, they counteract the effects of negativity. This outlook helps them stay emotionally balanced and unaffected by toxicity. 10. They limit their exposure. Intelligent people recognize that the best way to deal with toxic individuals is to limit their exposure to them whenever possible. They understand that prolonged interactions with toxic people can drain their energy, so they take steps to minimize their time spent around them. This doesn't mean they completely ignore or avoid them in all cases, but they make a conscious effort to interact only when absolutely necessary. If the toxic person is a coworker, they keep conversations strictly professional and avoid unnecessary discussions. If it's a family member, they set limits on how often they engage and for how long. They also create mental barriers, ensuring that even if they must be around a toxic person, they don't allow their negativity to influence their emotions. By taking control of their interactions, they prevent toxic individuals from dominating their thoughts and feelings. 11. They practice empathy. While toxic people can be difficult to deal with, intelligent individuals try to understand the reasons behind their behavior. They recognize that many toxic people act the way they do because of past trauma, insecurities, or personal struggles. Instead of responding with anger or frustration, they approach the situation with empathy and compassion. However, they don't confuse empathy with tolerance. Understanding someone's pain doesn't mean allowing them to mistreat you. They use this understanding to navigate interactions more effectively, sometimes diffusing tension before it escalates. By seeing things from the other person's perspective, they can choose the best way to respond while maintaining their boundaries. This balance of empathy and self-respect allows them to stay in control and avoid unnecessary emotional distress. 12. They use assertive communication. Intelligent people know that the best way to handle toxic individuals is through clear, direct, and assertive communication. They don't allow themselves to be pushed around, but they also don't engage in unnecessary aggression or conflict. Instead of reacting emotionally, they stay calm and articulate their thoughts in a confident but respectful manner. They use I statements to express their feelings and avoid blaming language that could escalate the situation. For example, instead of saying, "You're always negative and difficult," they might say, "I feel drained when our conversations focus only on negative things." They also establish consequences for repeated toxic behavior, making it clear that they won't tolerate mistreatment. Assertive communication helps them maintain control of the interaction while keeping their self-respect intact. 13. They focus on facts, not emotions. Toxic individuals often manipulate situations by distorting facts and playing on emotions. Intelligent people counter this by sticking to the truth and avoiding emotional reactions. When confronted with lies or exaggerations, they calmly present facts without getting defensive. They refuse to engage in circular arguments or be baited into unnecessary debates. By keeping discussions factual and straightforward, they make it harder for toxic individuals to twist the narrative. They also document important interactions when necessary, ensuring they have a clear record of events if the situation escalates. This logical approach prevents them from getting caught in manipulative traps and allows them to stay grounded in reality. 14. They know when to walk away. One of the most powerful strategies intelligent people use is knowing when to walk away. They recognize that some people will never change, no matter how much effort is put into resolving conflicts. Instead of wasting energy trying to fix or reason with toxic individuals, they choose to remove themselves from the situation. Walking away doesn't mean they are weak, it means they value their peace and well-being more than pointless arguments. They understand that cutting ties with certain people is sometimes the healthiest choice for their mental and emotional health. Even in professional or family settings where cutting ties isn't possible, they create emotional distance and disengage from unnecessary interactions. By prioritizing their own peace, they free themselves from toxic cycles and create space for healthier relationships. 15. They reflect and learn from experiences. After dealing with toxic individuals, intelligent people take time to reflect on the experience and learn from it. They analyze what worked, what didn't, and how they can handle similar situations better in the future. Instead of dwelling on negative encounters, they focus on self-growth and resilience. They ask themselves questions like, "What did I learn from this?" and "How can I protect my peace next time?" This mindset helps them turn negative experiences into valuable lessons. Over time, they become even better at handling difficult people, ensuring that toxic behavior never has power over them again. This commitment to continuous improvement allows them to navigate life with confidence, strength, and emotional intelligence. Final thoughts. Dealing with difficult and toxic people is never easy, but by using these strategies, you can protect your energy, maintain your peace, and stay in control of your own happiness. Remember, you can't always change how people act, but you can always control how you respond. Stay strong, set boundaries, and never let toxic individuals steal your joy. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us create more content like this. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.